President Trump attempted to block records from being released to the Select Committee investigating January 6th. Now that's been denied. A federal judge weighed in. The documents may be released as early as Friday. Our D.C. correspondent Bofta Yimam joins us live from our bureau there. Bofta, this is a major blow for Trump's team. I want you to tell us more about the judge's ruling, though. Unpack it for us, the reasoning behind it.
Well, we know that the U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan really came out in her briefing and saying that she pointed out Congress has a strong public interest in the records since it could shed light on the January 6th insurrection. The judge also saying that President Joe Biden, as the current president, has the authority to waive executive privilege. She wrote, quote, "At bottom, this is a dispute between a former and incumbent president, and the Supreme Court has already made clear that in such circumstances, the incumbent's view is accorded greater weight." She goes on to say, "Presidents are not kings, and plaintiff is not president." Last month, Trump filed a lawsuit against the January 6th investigation, and the National Archives, which holds on to presidential documents. Trump argued he's still protected by executive privilege, but President Biden said otherwise. The National Archives is expected to turn over the documents to the committee by Friday, unless Trump's lawyers manage to appeal, which they, of course, have promised to do. The case is likely to end up in the Supreme Court.
We have a lot of information we've requested. We're now based on a judge's decision that Donald Trump brought the lawsuit. We fought him in court. We have the law on our side. And, you know, we are a nation of laws. So if you take your issue to court and lose, then you need to man up and deal with it and not be a spoiled brat.
Now, just yesterday, the committee issued subpoenas to Trump's former press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, and former top advisor, Stephen Miller. This comes after a round of other subpoenas targeting those from Trump's reelection campaign who the committee says helped promote the lie that the election was stolen. Sharon.
Yeah, both of the committee plan to move rapidly within a few months. They've issued plenty of subpoenas. Have they learned anything, though?
Well, they have interviewed more than 150 witnesses, so they've learned something, although we don't know all of the details. They've issued 30 subpoenas, and if, Sharon, they by chance get their hands on the documents, even, as early as Friday, as I mentioned earlier at the top, if they manage to do so, what would be included in those documents? White House call logs, notes, handwritten notes from the chief of staff of former President Trump, also some type of executive order on, of all things, election integrity, which makes you raise your eyebrows a bit here. But all of those things would be tucked inside of these documents that the January 6th committee is fighting for. So if they manage to get that, plus they get more witnesses and more testimony, they will have more. They did promise to move things rapidly, but there are some things which they've tried to do, like pursue criminal contempt charges against. They've asked the DOJ to do so, and that's because he wouldn't provide testimony. And so what happens with that? A lot of other witnesses are probably looking to decide how they're going to move forward with their legal team before saying yes to providing testimony. And we know that the DOJ has not indicated yet whether they will go through with an indictment on Steve Bannon at this time. And so, yes, the short answer is they've learned plenty, but there's clearly more that they are seeking to learn. And these documents, along with more witnesses and testimony, will hopefully help them do so.
All right, well, we know you'll stay on it. Thanks so much, Bofta Yimam, our D.C. correspondent.